Hey there, everyone, and welcome to my new segment called Burst Movie Franchises. This is where I do full, in-depth reviews of mini movies that sprouted mini sequels and spin-off. These videos may be short, they may be long, but I promise it will be engaging nonetheless. I'll often insert jokes and go on rants about certain scenes in movies, just to warn you now. So let's get ready, grab a snack, because this first installment will be a doozy. So let's get into the theme, and we'll get right into it. In 2007, a few movies came out that piqued my interest. That was Spider-Man 3, TMNT, the first Transformers film, number 23, Norbit, and Superman Doomsday. However, after that, I felt that we were in the dark ages of cinema. Now, you would think there would be some good movies, or at least one good movie that will come out around the holiday season. And boy, I was wrong. I remember the girl that I was with at the time. We walked all the way to the movies, and when we got there wasn't much to see, in my opinion. And the big mistake on my part is that I let her pick, and it was the movie, Why Did I Get Married? Now, I was optimistic and waiting and watched, and by the time the credits rolled, I was fucking disheartened. Now, I know we all know for years that Tyler Perry capitalized on black problems and made millions, but I let it slide because most of the movies were funny to a degree. Then the stuff I did hate is when they try to get all preachy, but all I hear is, God! 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 But not this movie.
Just imagine this for a second. It's like dragging my balls across shattered glass. And it hurts.
This movie was so bad and awful to the point that I thought I was in the Twilight Zone, to where I was living out the runtime of this movie. Once the movie was over, I thought I was going to put the movie behind me forever. That was until my ex had bought the DVD and had forced me to watch it every single day. And I had never been so happy, to the point where a DVD was scratched to the point where it's unplayable. She tried to get me to buy another one, but I quickly responded with,
Hail to the no!
I thought I was done with it, but then nope, there had to be a sequel. A sequel, mind you. You know, I think we all should agree that Hollywood likes to fuck with us and give us shitty sequels to shitty movies. Just like Sharknado. That movie did not sprout not one, not two, but 5 damn sequels, which also sprouted spin-offs like Lava Tantula. I'm not even going to pronounce that. And that sprouted 2 sequels and a crossover movie with Sharknado. So you mean to tell me we can get sequels to those pieces of shit, but we can't get the 7 Power Rangers sequels from the 2017 reboot like we were promised? But I aired out my grievances on that in one of my regular movie reviews, so click the card above if you want to watch. So let's get into the history of how Why Did I Get Married movies were made. The movies are based on the Tyler Perry play with the same name. It was released on 2006, as did the live performances was released on DVD. It was recorded in Atlanta at the Fest Center of Arts of Georgia Institute of Technologies. What's different from the movies is that from the beginning to dramatic moments, there are musical performances, and they drag. On.
Mother was loving the woman that's supposed to belong to me. You need to think about it. You didn't think.
And on.
So you're getting married. You're gonna say yes to him. Say it ain't so. It ain't so. When you know that I love you, and my love is much stronger.
And on. And on. So if you come across any Tyler Perry plays, for that matter, whatever it is, a musical performance, you can have time to go to the bathroom, get a snack, or you can just fast forward them all together. In my opinion, they're inconsequential to the overall plays, in my opinion. Another difference is that one of the characters from the play is split into 2 characters for the movie, which are Diane and Angela. I kind of discovered that when I saw the play for the first time. Now, during development for the first film, Tyler did take out some of the church elements. He wanted this to be on a whole another level, being that his writing has improved. Well, that's up for debate, but I'll get him that for now. Before the main cast, Tyler had table readers from the American rapper Danny, which I had never heard of before until I started research for this video, and then the legendary actress Tracy Ellis Ross. The actors that were actually cast in the movie are Tyler Perry, Sharon Neal, Malik Yoba, Janet Jackson, Michael Jai White, Tasha Smith, Richard T. Jones, Jill Scott, Lamont Rucker, and Denise Boyd. Now, this is an all-star cast. Ain't nothing wrong with the cast. The first problem I had with this movie, however, is the poster. You had Tyler Perry and Janet Jackson in the middle like they were married in the movie, but once the movie started, that was not the case. It was very misleading if you had to ask me, but I understand you wanted to put the biggest names up front, but hey, semantics. The first movie hit theaters on October 12, 2007 with a budget of $15 million and a box office of over $55 million worldwide. Now, of course, the majority of the black community praised this movie because if you had a bad day, you could just go and laugh at other black people's problems, I guess. But I'm the minority and I hated it for it. However, I do get a laugh every now and then, and you'll see why. However, despite my hatred for this movie, it spawned a sequel. Why Did I Get Married 2? Wow, how original. The sequel was 10 times worse and it had one of the worst endings ever in my opinion, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Why Did I Get Married 2 had a budget of $20 million and a box office of $60 million worldwide, and it had the same reaction from the black community alike, so there's no surprise there. So I bet you all are wondering, if I hate these movies so much, why am I reviewing them? Because if I had to review these movies, then god damn it, y'all are going to do this review. So as one of my good friends would say, grab some popcorn, grab a soda, because we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First, we have the opening credits, which was kind of hard to read. I get that they're trying to stick to the theme as much as possible, but hey, they could have chosen a better font or add a stroke around the letters, is what I would have done. We are introduced to our first character of the movie, Patricia, played by Janet Jackson. It looks like she's at a small community college of sorts and she promotes her book, Why Did I Get Married? Roll the credits. Just playing. But take a look at this funny scene.
How many of you have not read Why Did I Get Married?
Look at them. Folks was afraid to raise their hands to show they haven't read the book. Those were the lucky ones, no doubt. Or were they?
Dun dun dun.
Anyway, Patricia goes over the book for the ones who haven't read it. She had forced her married friends to be used in her book and she airs out all the dirty laundry, which introduces the rest of the characters. We are introduced to Diane and Terry. While driving to their couple's retreat, Terry airs out his frustrations due to Diane is always on her phone doing work. I mean, Terry, your wife is a lawyer. She will always be working to a degree. I see most lawyers bill their clients just for a phone call. But I get they're on vacation and Terry wants to spend time with his wife as much as possible. Now, I hate to put my business out there, but I see where Terry's coming from with this. But we will get into that later. Next, we have Angela and Marcus. Angela is an entrepreneur, while Marcus is a washed-up athlete. Angela is also a drunk and is giving us a foreshadowing of what we'll see later. Marcus also has a child out of wedlock, so there is constant conflict between Angela and the baby mother. Damn. If there was an archetype of the example of black problems, Angela and Marcus' relationship will be it. It's kind of like most of the black problems went to Angela and Marcus in this movie. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll save that when it's time to get into the characters. Next, we have Mike and Shelia. And I'm going to get this out of the way right now. Mike is the best character in the entire franchise. Fight me on this, I tell you. They are on the way to the retreat also, but however, Shelia invited her friend Trina on the trip. And here's where it gets funny to me.
No. You sit right there, all right? We got assigned seasons for a reason. All right, come on. What? Don't even think about looking back here. What? I've been telling that big ass lose weight for months now. I'm glad somebody else said something.
Anyway, Shelia gets kicked off the plane. Due to her size, she would have to buy 2 tickets per the rules. At first, I thought it was a gag for the movie, but apparently I looked it up and it was true. Stupid ass rule. And that honky could have endured. But anyway, Mike, being a good husband, comes up with a solution.
Drive. That's it, drive. Yeah, then you get some alone time. You can talk to the Lord and sing and whatever you do. All right.
Oh, you think that's bad? This is only the tip of the iceberg if you have not seen the movie at all. Or the play for that matter. Which makes matters worse, while Sheila's driving, she tries to call Mike, but he didn't answer. I'm willing to bet if he wasn't even on the plane, he still wouldn't answer the phone. I don't know why this is so damn funny to me.
Trina had a good flight. I'll get there as soon as I can. Miss you, baby. I love you.
And grace will lead me on. If you believe it, clap your
Good! Back at the college, a Karen brings up a loss that Patricia and her husband Gavin had a while back. It was obvious that they had lost a toddler at that. Damn, I can only imagine. Terry and Diane make it to the cabin first, and they are greeted by a police officer by the name of Troy, saying that there will be a huge storm tonight, but their friends will beat the storm by the time they get there. Later, Terry tries to get some quality time with Diane, but she happens to fall asleep while working, much to Terry's disappointment. But as drama needs to elevate, Terry does the most bitch-ass thing a man could do, is to tell his wife assistant not to call this weekend at all, and chose not to tell Diane. Bitch-ass nigga. But more on these two's relationship development at the end. Marcus, Angela, Gavin, and Patricia arrive. Marcus and Angela argue as usual, and Marcus subsequently threatens Angela, but she counters with her 5 brothers to help her out. But Marcus seems not to be worried about that. I wonder why. Anyway, let's check on Shelia real quick.
Going up this mountain to save my marriage.
Yo, bro.
fuck you.
That was one of the funniest lines I ever laughed at in my entire life. As Marcus and Terry catch up, Terry mentions that he and Diana haven't had sex in months, showing how effortlessly he chops wood. Marcus reveals that he stepped out on Angela and called VD. Terry will give him a shot, but he will have to tell Angela about it. Yeah, as soon as you tell Diane that you told her assistant not to call her. Bitch. So Mike and Trina show up and everyone's in awe, but I love how nonchalant Mike is, or maybe because he's more like me and don't care what he says and doesn't care for the consequences. Maybe I'm reaching on that. Everyone seems to welcome her except for Angela that feels something is off about Trina and Mike showing up without Shelia.
Hey, Micah. What's up?
It's pretty.
Yeah,
And single.
looks that way.
Yeah, get her ass out of here.
Mike, where is Sheila?
Oh, I made her drive. We flew.
What?
I wasn't paying for another seat for her big ass. Y'all know she fat as hell.
Mike, are you hearing what you're saying right now?
I can't even believe. Did he just say that she's driving?
I'm still on the fat as hell part.
The signs are right there, ladies and gentlemen, that this man is cheating on his wife right in front of his friends and their wives. That night, Mark starts spilling knowledge on what to do since Terry has had sex in months from Diana.
When you get back, you call her up. All right, you hook that up. Look, if your wife ain't giving you nothing, you got the legal right to get some.
Well, I hate to say it, but to some degree, Mike is right. A dog's going to eat whether you feed it or not. At least that's what my father told me. And also, he tells Marcus not to tell Angela what happened with his burning situation. That night, Sheila makes it to town and runs into Troy. Troy says that Sheila won't be able to make it up to the cabin due to the storm, and she is more welcome to stay at the station until the morning. She does, and the two bonded. Later that night, Tasha tries to have sex with Marcus, but heeding Terry's words, he resists her. Terry also tried to have sex with Diane, but all she could do was think about Sheila, prompting Terry to be angry, vowing to whoop Mike's ass for ruining the whole weekend for them. Mike, even though he was so obvious with it, he is still sneaking around to get to Trina's room, confirming Angela's suspicions. The next morning, Angela wants to tell Sheila, but Patricia and Diane don't want to because they feel that Sheila will get mad at her for telling. I never quite understood that. I've seen that in a lot of TV shows and other movies, but the man or woman ends up finding out anyway, so what was the whole point of them getting mad at their friend if that information's out there? But I believe that Diane and Patricia don't have Sheila's best interests at heart, not because they don't care. Maybe it's because they have their own shit to deal with, given what we find out later. But hey, that could just be me being optimistic. I can also theorize of how hesitant the other two may be on telling Sheila the truth because they don't know how she'll react to it. And I also feel that they don't want to deal with drama outside their state, being that Diane's a lawyer and all, so they will want to keep things cordial until they get back to their hometown. But Angela's like, fuck that shit. Sheila needs to know. And I agree with her. Terry, Gavin, Mike, and Trina come back from a hike to eat breakfast, and Trina does this.
Oh, so good, Angela. Now, you belong in the kitchen.
Now I see why Mike will want to sleep with her, because he can have someone else antagonize Angela also. Marcus gets up late, and despite that Angela is still mad at him from last night, she still gets him breakfast.
You sleep last night, Marcus?
I slept great.
Did you?
I was like, I slept okay.
Troy and Sheila show up, and everyone's glad that she's okay, except for Mike, which he couldn't be more obvious about. Anyway, Troy hands off Terry his package that contained the shot for Marcus. Sheila goes out of her way to hook up Troy and Trina, but everyone else knows what's going on. You know what? I take that back what I said about not wanting the drama. Every last one of them knew that Mike was shitty on Sheila and didn't even care to tell. It wasn't even like Mike was hiding it. Either way, I feel like everyone except for Angela was scared of Sheila. I'll try to unpack this as much as I can later on. Moving on with the story. Diane gets a phone call from her assistant and finds out about Terry's transgression. She attempts to talk to him about it, but he refuses to. Later that day, the girls go out shopping and Trina and Angela get into an argument. Angela attempts to tell Sheila again, but Patricia says she's not ready. Bitch, this ain't no episode of Power Ranger or another sci-fi drama. But this is a Tyler Perry movie. Increase the black drama to draw out the movie, I guess. Now on to the next scene. Sheila tried to surprise Mike with some silky pajamas, and Mike gives a response.
Trina said you might like it.
Trina lied. Trina set you up. You need to smack Trina.
This man laughed himself to sleep. I did research, and sources say that having a good laugh before bedtime could help you sleep. I might have to try that. Diane tries to confront Terry about what happened again. From early in the movie, Terry has baby fever and wants a son in addition to the daughter, but Diane doesn't want to have another baby. Terry also feels that Diane argues with him so they won't have to have sex. Damn, Terry, I actually feel your pain on that one. Do women actually do that for real? Like, I know I had my experiences of when women just go out their way and argue with you just so they want to have sex with you. Like, is that true? Do y'all really argue with y'all man sometimes just so y'all won't have to have sex? Because if that's the case, that is trifling as fuck. Now here we are with the scene you all been waiting for. I'll be using parodies of this scene so I won't get hit with a copyright. So here we go. The couple's invited Troy over and he is quite smitten by Trina. Mike, however, can't hold his composure and tried to embarrass Troy.
You the big time sheriff in here, right? Just an honest man trying to make an honest living, you know.
Well, this is a beautiful place.
Oh, well, thank you, baby. Appreciate you. You run this city.
Yeah.
This is, this is my titty. This is my city.
Mike.
Well, that's what I just want to ask the man. This is occupation. This is a grown ass man. Can I ask the man a question? How much would you say that type of job, occupation make?
Mike, that's enough.
What? I'm just asking the man a question. I mean, for me, Mike, I don't really do it for the paycheck. You know what I mean? I do it for the children.
Nah, that's the kind of niggas that I hate. They try to embarrass you for the sake of getting some imaginary pussy points. Oh yeah, by the way, pussy points do not exist. It's something that simps make up in hopes of getting the girl that they want, or at least have sex with them. Anyway, Things get a little dicey as Angela gets drunk and antagonizes Mike.
And Mike does it for the enjoyment. Right, Mike?
Angela, stop. Won't you finish your drink? Stay in your lane. Okay?
Well, maybe you need to get you some rubbers.
Hey.
You need to get you some rubbers.
I'm the last person you talking about wrapping anything up in here. Why good?
Mike, being fed up, takes the bait.
Shut up. I want to do it. I want to play rough. Let's play. Let's play a game. Come on, Angela. Let's play a game. Angela, let's play the game. Put it out there. Put it on the table.
You know what, Mike?
We want to know.
You know what?
Baby, hold on.
The reason, Marcus, the reason Trina can't sleep with Troy is because she's sleeping with yours, Sheila.
So we not only find out Mike was cheating on Sheila, shocking all shockers, but we also learned that
Terry, hey, Mike, did you tell your wife how you got your daughter DNA tested because you didn't think it was yours? Mike, you ain't gotta do all that, bro. No, Marcus, let me finish. Did you tell Terry how you got your tubes tied? You tied them up. Damn. Okay. Oh, you didn't know about that, huh? That's why Sheila told me that one. Gavin.
Okay.
Hey, brother.
Mike, now that's enough.
Since y'all two want to walk around here like you got the answer to cancer, the fucking perfect marriage and shit, tell them how you came to me crying, huh? Because you said you blamed her for not strapping the seatbelt on your son. God rest his soul, Blair. God rest his soul. But get real with her, man.
Marcus!
Shut up, Angela. Marcus, please, brother. Come on now, keep that's on y'all. Put it all on the table. Put it all on the table, brother. I beg you. So I don't know what, I just want you to be free so I can be free for you. Tell her how you had to get a shot in your dick because you had BD.
Oh.
I had to clap.
My from your baby mama Keisha.
You know that, did you?
Huh, Marcus?
Checkmate.
That's who you got it from? Nah. You got it from Walter.
Fuck. Oh, no. No, don't get down like that.
Huh.
I ain't fucking gay.
No, you're not gay. But I slept with Walter and he gave me VD. I've been and got my shot. I was just waiting on you to go get yours. Boom!
So let's recap here. Diana gets her tubes tied. Terry had a DNA test done on his daughter. Gavin blames Patricia for the death of their son. And in addition to Marcus having VD, it was actually Angela that gave him that because she slept with someone else. Marcus takes it like a man. Mike tells Sheila that it's over and wants a divorce, and she takes it well.
You got knocked the fuck out! Hey, young man, you got knocked the fuck out! You got knocked the fuck out, bitch!
I guess that's probably why everyone was scared to tell Sheila what was going on. The next day, Troy visits Sheila in the hotel. Sheila goes over on what happened.
Life. You know, he emptied out my bank account. I have $87 to my name.
Hey, that's more than what I got right now. As the rest leave, Patricia doesn't want to talk to Gavin at the moment. Terry and Diane argue, and she did the most pettiest shit that a woman can do.
What do you mean? She's mine.
Really? Huh.
And also ignore him for the entire trip home. Man, if there was one thing I hate is when a woman goes out of their way to ignore me. Just imagine your woman gets mad at you and ignores you. I mean, really ignore you to the point where she acts like you don't exist. I hated that feeling for many years until I peeped the game and didn't give a damn. But enough about that. Troy takes Sheila up a mountain to where Troy comes up to think.
This is where I come to clear my head. I just come right here. I pray, I scream, I yell, do whatever I need to do. and it's just me and God.
Good! 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 Gavin and Patricia talk out their feelings.
You did, Mike. Now you want to cry your eyes out to me.
It's not like you made it easy for me to discuss this.
I didn't know. I didn't know you blamed me for it.
I blamed you. I'm sorry, okay? I blame myself too. I blame God, but...
Good! 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 However, Patricia is reluctant to.
All right. Steak or chicken?
Bitch, both, if you ask me. But Patricia feels like she's messed up the day that she lost her son. Gavin and Patricia embracing the hug was some of the worst crying I have ever seen from a male actor. Just look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
By yourself. Just let me be strong for you, okay? We can make it through.
Imagine this for a second. It's like dragging my balls across shattered glass. And it hurts.
The ladies get in contact with Shelia for the first time in months, and she works at a general store, but she doesn't tell her where she's living at the moment. Before the phone call ends, Shelia reminds Diane of Terry's birthday. Now, here's another scene that got on my nerves for years. When Troy came to see Shelia, and she thanks him for giving her a job. However, Shelia couldn't take her eyes off Troy on how sweaty he was after working out. Also, my ex used to do this every single time that this part came on. It's just ridiculous, but had the nerve to get upset at me for saying Gal Gadot is pretty. But that's another story for a memoir or something. I don't know. Stay tuned. Anyway, we finally get to see Marcus's baby mother for the first time, and she's subpar at best. I mean, I'll still tap that, but still. So she comes to Angela's shop, causing trouble, and the two are about to fight until Marcus gets in the middle. She wanted to speak to Marcus about, I don't think it was ever mentioned in the movie ever again of what she wanted to talk to Marcus about. I can assume it's the kids, but, I'm going to take a stab at it here. But I felt that Marcus gave Keisha VD and didn't want to tell Angela. But hey, that's speculation on my part. In continuity to the movie, we never found out. Like at all. So later on, Marcus and Angela went to go pick up the kids. Marcus finally snaps and put both his baby mother and Angela in check. He then walks away to cool off. I guess. Or probably go fuck an unknown bitch that probably won't give him much problems as Keisha. That's the baby mother's name. And Angela. Later that night, Diane tried to make it up to Terry for his birthday, but it was already too late. And you all know Terry by now on how petty he's about to be. Diane tried to accuse Terry of cheating with his assistant, and that sprouts a whole argument.
Selfish.
What the hell are you talking about? You're not selfish. Diane, you laid there and had your tubes tied and you didn't even tell me? You don't think that's selfish?
He's right.
For my birthday or spending some time with me or your daughter, okay? How about doing what a wife does, screwing me on a regular? Can you handle that?
You know what? I am all for solutions, but maybe we could come up with something that doesn't involve me stepping back into the 50s.
They're both right.
Yeah. Anyway, Terry takes off his Walmart ring and says that he's moving out. Back in Colorado, Shelia and Troy started working out together and they both share a kiss. Damn, look at that bitch over there. Look over there. Have y'all ever seen two people kiss in public? Well, Natasha Romanoff once said, public displays of affection cause people to feel uncomfortable, which is true. Angela and Diane seek advice from Patricia, and she's giving them advice needed, but hell, I'll just let them say it.
No, I am not about to do that. No, I'm not going to be all vulnerable.
Patricia comes up with the most god-awful exercise to where you write all the bad their husband's ever done and the good.
That is the most real, authentic, hysterical laugh of my entire life because that is not a plan.
It's barely a concept.
Listen, I'm no expert, but if the bad outweighs the good, in reality, that's grounds for divorce or cheating. But if the good outweighs the bad, then they have to fix it on whatever they are arguing about. That shit is really awful. Doing all this extra stuff just to drive the plot forward. Like, seriously. The guys meet up and they do some of the most awful drunk acting that I ever seen. Just look at it.
Why is it that when a woman say she want a good man and then she get one, she do everything she can to drive him crazy?
I'm gonna send her a text. You wanna piss a woman off, send her a text like something.
Mike finally found out what kind of woman Trina is.
Trina. Girl don't do nothing. She don't cook, don't clean, don't wash clothes, don't do take the garbage out. She don't do. She just don't.
I know that feeling all too familiar. Anyway, Mike said he misses Shelia, and the guys give him hell for it. As they should, because they warned Mike that the grass isn't greener on the other side. Angela cooks for Marcus to apologize on how she's been acting. However, Marcus thinks that she's trying to kill him. Hell, I would think so too if you ask me, or anyone who's seen this movie a few times. Marcus finds out that it's not the case, and Angela wants to work things out. Marcus agrees, but he comes up with one condition: that she stop talking crazy and stop drinking, which she agrees to. And I'm pretty sure Angela will never pick up a drink again. Diane comes to apologize to Terry and wants to work things out. Terry agrees, but not before he gets back at Diane for when she scoffed at him for saying that when he found out his daughter was his own. Terry is really a petty ass nigga for that. So here we are at the end point of the first movie, to where the couples go to an award ceremony for Patricia's book. Everyone catches up, and Trina had a long overdue reunion with Shelia. Trina tried to apologize to Shelia, but this is how I would have wanted Shelia to respond to Trina. Mike finds Troy and finds out that Troy had married Shelia, much to his hitting jealousy and disappointment. He even tries to make Troy feel bad about marrying Shelia.
Him and Shelia got married.
Right.
I believe he married my ex.
To you and
He
Sheila.
married my ex.
To you and Sheila.
Yes. She had that gastric bypass?
No. Actually, we just worked out together.
Troy, on the other hand, wasn't bothered by Mike, like, at all. And I'm pretty sure it will carry over in the future. Shelia finally meets up with the girls, revealing that she's married Troy and lives in Colorado. Shelia gives a heartfelt speech on how to be loved, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to put all that shit in. During Patricia's award, Mike tries to get back with Shelia right in front of Trina, but Shelia wasn't having it and told him to go back to Trina. The movie ends with Patricia crying, and then the couples all dance with each other. Thank Jesus Christ that this movie is over. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. The sequel. Why Did I Get Married To? Let's get into it. Now, the opening credits of the second movie is using the generic fonts. Now, they must have hurt my thoughts of saying, like, hey, the text from the first movie of the opening credits is too hard to read. Can you use a more traditional text of the movie and whatnot? They chose one all right, but it's not the one that I would have chose if there was a movie about couples strengthening their marriages and whatnot. I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, the story picks up a few years later. We see that Terry got his son that he always wanted, and Diane does not look bad for someone who had a reverse surgery and another baby. Damn.
I'm trying to see what that be like right there. Look,
Anyway, they exposit that they're going to the Bahamas this year for their couples retreat, and they see Marcus on TV that he finally got the job that he always wanted as a sports newscaster. Diane and Terry make it to the airport first, and Terry notices that Diane got this glow to her and that she seems very happy. Everything was going fine until Marcus and Angela showed up, arguing as usual.
No, you know what? You really getting on my nerves.
You know, some rope and some duct tape and 3 bags of concrete don't cost all that
Okay,
much.
you know, I will bust a cap in that ass.
Oh, great. Angela's back drinking. I guess that promise between Angela and Marcus in those 3 years didn't go so well, huh? Just look how she acts when a woman is fangirling out over Marcus. I mean, they said they were married, but Angela just had to be extra with it. We get to the Bahamas and we catch up with Shelia and Troy.
If you ever had a question about if there is a God, I mean, you can't deny this.
Good! 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 Troy takes it all in, but also...
So this is where all our money went, huh?
Don't look at it that way, please. This is what we need.
Need a job.
Okay. I don't want you all worked up this week. Just relax.
But babe, I mean, the move to Atlanta, the new baby. I mean, still not having work. I mean, maybe we should have waited a couple years to do this.
Stop stressing.
Wait. You mean to tell me that if you are the male savior in a supposed one-off Tyler Perry film and it spawns a sequel somehow, then that male savior will inherit all the black problems tenfold? So Troy went from highly mannered, beloved sheriff in Colorado, one of the most God-fearing characters in the entire franchise, God! Just to be reduced to a nigga that was forced to move into Atlanta, the mutant capital of the world, and difficulty finding a job? Oh no. I'll save this for later. Anyway, the rest show up and the guys went on the jet skis and had a long drawn out scene. However, not to fear, the best character of the franchise returns. Alone. I guess all that pussy from Trina wasn't worth the cost of his money that he had to spend. Hell, he should have known once he found out.
Trina. Girl don't do nothing. She don't cook, don't clean, don't wash clothes, take the garbage out. She just don't.
Hey, Mike, I had to just don't also. Glad I had to just get rid of her. But anyway, everyone discusses what they should do about Mike. Some wanted to leave, but Sheila interjects.
No, guys, we spent our last to be here. We're not leaving.
Now, Sheila, why would you be oddly specific about that? Why would you announce in so many words that y'all broke? But hey, you ain't my wife. I'm gonna let your husband get in your ass about it. Anyway, Troy overhears and gets into Sheila's ass about telling their business. Hey, I totally get it.
Don't want them in our business.
Okay. It won't happen again.
There's not much going on while on vacation. Sitting down, playing cards, going fishing, dropping down on Troy not being able to find a job, etc. We get more into the story when the women meet an old couple that was spreading their first ashes accidentally on Angela. Whoever thought that this scene was funny to put in this movie needs their ass whooped. Like Angela screaming constantly because their friend's ashes got spread onto her. I mean, she was already in the water washing it off. I guarantee you that all she had to do was just wash it off, run to go get in the shower, and that'll be it. But nope, they had to draw out that long ass goddamn joke. And I can remember in the theater there was like maybe a few chuckles on the side of me. I don't know, but I don't think I was laughing. Actually, I wasn't laughing. Like, to be perfectly honest, I was not laughing. Also, it was so random for the women to invite them to dinner that night. Speaking of that night, everyone talked about on why each other of them got married. We get to Patricia and Gavin when Patricia announces,
Gavin and I have decided to get a divorce.
That was the most disrespectful way to announce a divorce. And to make matters worse, Patricia was the only one that knew about it. So Gavin was in the dark of this decision the whole time. Before we continue, we do got some subplots that if you take them out, it will be inconsequential to the overall movie. It's just to draw out the movie as long as possible, like I said before. So first we got Angela having a bitch fit over not having Marcus's passcode to his phone. It makes matters worse once the other women stated that either they don't have their passcode, it's because they trust him, or they have it, it's because they have nothing to hide. This makes Angela be more pressing into getting Marcus's cell phone passcode. And this movie was back in 2010, so smartphones were still in their infancy. After the trip, it continues to where her nosy neighbor says that there were sexual noises coming from their bedroom twice a week at noon. So she causes trouble at Marcus's job, assuming he's cheating, and gets the phone. However, Angela gets egg on her face when she finds out that her gardener was the one having sex in her bed. She tried to forgive Marcus, but he had another phone, making it worse. Next, we have the weakest subplot, in my opinion, was with Diane and Terry. During the trip, Diane accidentally calls Terry another man's name. Just look at it.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Before you do that.
Phil.
Who's Phil?
You're funny. Who's Phil? No, I meant to say, what I was about to say was, I'm gonna go fill the tub so we could take a bath.
How in the world you play that off and try to say that you wanted to fill the bathtub? Terry, oh my God. I don't know what it is about him that got on my nerves in this movie, playing detective to figure out that Diana was thinking about another man. However, she couldn't lie her way out of it and comes clean and just had dinner with him. Terry is not so easily forgiving and leaves out. Sheila and Troy were having financial trouble. Troy is denied another job because he was overqualified. Nigga, did they tell you that, or did you feel lowballed? I'm banking on he didn't like the damn pay. Sheila wanted to borrow the money, but Troy, being prideful, doesn't want to do that, which is understandable. Sheila goes to Mike to help Troy get a job. Later, Sheila finds out that something's wrong with Mike, and he needs Sheila's help. Troy finds out that Mike was the one that helped him get the job, but I don't know why Troy didn't want to go work for LAPD in the first place. But I guess it's for the sake for the subplot to play out. Troy goes to find Mike, and Sheila was the one that opened the door. I remember being in the theater, and everyone did the Fairly Odd Parents gasp once they saw this.
Gasp!
Troy kicks Mike's ass a bit until Sheila stops him, saying that Mike has cancer and that she was just taking him to chemo. Confused and upset, Troy storms away. Now we got the main plot with Gavin and Patricia divorcing, and it's going to get messy.
Gavin was telling me that there was another account that's not listed here. It has about $800,000 in it.
So Gavin wants the money that Patricia stashed away from the money from her books. Gavin says that she kept him up all night giving her ideas and helping her with her book. But Patricia, being a bitch, says,
Gavin, I didn't use not one of your ideas.
Oh, yes, you have. You always do. I've always been your case study.
Are you serious about this? It's my money. I earned it. So can we move on, please?
Regardless if it's true or not, Gavin wants the money and he's not backing down without a fight. Later on, Gavin tends to move out and had been drinking and got into an argument.
Love me? Your coworker. Me, the money.
Stop drinking, okay?
You know what? You need to have a drink, okay?
Here we are with that bad drunk acting again. Gavin takes it too far, assaults Patricia, and murders the only photos that they have of their deceased son. Things don't get better as they go back and forth being destructive of one another. Now we have a fed up Patricia, and she goes to Gavin's job looking like her brother. And by brother, I mean Janet Jackson's brother is Michael Jackson. Just look at her. Like she's getting ready to do a damn music video. Anyway, she wanted to wish Gavin a happy birthday in front of his employees, even though it wasn't his birthday. I don't get it. Isn't that part of the handbook of his company when his birthday is? They should all be fucking fired. Anyway, Patricia presents Gavin with a cake. Now, this is embarrassing yet again. I would have punched that stripper and Patricia for pulling that shit. However, Gavin takes the high road and attempts to leave while Patricia antagonizes him more.
You run. Come on. Face me. Face me.
Girl, you sound like you took that out of a comic book. Anyway, Gavin speeds off and he's hit by an oncoming truck. At the hospital, Patricia regrets everything she has ever done and wants Gavin to be okay.
Stupid. Just stupid. Fighting for what? I don't care about any of that. He can have it all. We know that. Just want him to be okay.
Patricia convinced the other couples to fix their relationship, which they did. But however, Gavin didn't make it. Everyone, including Mike, had a service for Gavin in the Bahamas. 1 year later, Patricia's colleagues wants her to be the philanthropist. But Patricia is still fucking grieving. After 1 year, you think they'll be your friends and have some fucking compassion of a lost loved one who died of the same circumstances as her son. But the damn colleagues insist.
We need his funding. All right. All right, fine. Where is he?
So you mean to tell me you are pimping a grieving widow for funds for y'all bullshit ass college? But Patricia agrees. So the guy walks up, and this is the most random cameo I have ever seen.
I'm so sorry to bombard you this way. I'm Daniel Franklin, and I just wanted you to know, Professor, your lecture today was really amazing. And I also wanted to let you know that your books helped me get through a pretty tough divorce. Just imagine this for a second. It's like dragging my balls across shattered glass, and it hurts.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a Tyler Perry film. I'm at a loss of words. Like, I can't with Tyler Perry with this. Like, seriously. Anyway, The Rock don't sound like The Rock at all. Sound like he was really a teleprompter, because him going through the divorce does not fit a character that he ever played in any movie at all. The movie ends with him inviting Patricia to coffee, and she smiles, implying that she will go out for coffee. Tyler Perry wants to visit this franchise again with the movie titled Why Did I Get Married Again? But under one condition. Janet Jackson and Jill Scott have to say yes for the movie to move forward.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Please, God, I hope not. I had to bear to actually watch these movies, to write this review. It's been a pain in my ass. Also, it's just going to be the same formula. Couples go on retreat, secrets get spilled, go back home, work things out, to the finale of the movie. With two small additions. Patricia's new husband, and the other addition I'll get into in a bit. But if it does come out, I'll probably watch it and combine the reviews. I don't know, but I'm not watching it as soon as it come out. You have to drag me to the goddamn theater. The actors are good for what they are given, but I feel like some of the plots were forced and also didn't need to drag out for as long as it did. So let's get into the characters. Terry and Diane were at least developed due to their small problems that they had throughout the movies. Diane was wrong for having her tubes tied and not telling Terry. However, it is her body. She can do whatever she wants with it. But it was baffling to me that she still didn't want to have sex with him, even though she knew she could have more children at the time. It just sounds like she didn't want to put out either. Fucking prude. She did compromise and gave Terry the son he always wanted. In the second movie, the only thing that she did was went to dinner with another man, but she was really close to him, or sat really close to him. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I mean, she really didn't do anything, but I guess it was enough to cause conflict between the two. But it shouldn't have been drawn out for as long as it did. Terry was a horny ass, baby fever having ass nigga in the first movie. And before he found out about Diane's transgression, no amount of separating different states just to have sex from a woman that wasn't having sex to begin with. However, he was right about Diane not giving it up the eyes for us. Hell, I would have had that girl DNA tested too. Diane was too damn fine not to be giving it up to somebody. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to see what that be like, right there. Look,
In the second movie, Terry became a Detective Conan ass nigga. He first saw the flowers that Diane had came home without a card, but he knew she was lying. He also catches her taking extra care of her makeup and clothes. The way she had sex with him that night after her date, he figured out that something was wrong, that she was thinking of the other man. Terry was hurt, but they did somewhat reconcile by the end. During the events of the second movie, it was revealed that not only Mike was a verbal abuser, but a physical one as well. I guess Mike got his karma when he had got cancer. Goddamn. He did have most of the funny scenes. Let's take a look at some of the ones that I thought was funny and didn't make it into the review as I was writing it.
Right. You're right. I should have made a chunky ass walk. You know she need to exercise. Oh, here comes the doctor with the stats. Here we go. Here we go.
Nothing about cooking. Move over.
Whatever makes you happy.
We all know you know about cooking, baby.
You know what?
Mike did learn to err out his ways and got rid of Trina. He might get married again. It might make Sheila mad and cause conflict with Troy. She could be like, why in the world would this man be the man I always wanted for another woman? I don't know. I'm just speaking from experience. But it could happen if there's a third movie. Sheila in the first movie was very ditzy and didn't know what the hell was going on. I believe all the drama could have been avoided if she wasn't so hung up on saving her marriage and be the kind of woman that Mike wanted her to be. But I believe by then it was too late whether or not she loses weight or not. Mike already made up his mind a long time ago once he seduces Trina or the other way around. And for her friends not to tell her or at least warn her was dumb on their part. But now I think about it, maybe they didn't want to say anything because Mike knew their secrets, so maybe that's the reason. Leverage and blackmail. The only real friend that Sheila had at that cabin was Angela, because drunk or sober, she would have told no matter what. Sheila had managed to lose some weight to catch Mike's eye again, but it was already too late. He made his bed and he laid in it. Troy helped her heal after what Mike did to her, and it was only fitting that they get married. However, Sheila made a selfish move in the second movie and convinced Troy to move to Atlanta so she could be closer to her mom and friends. Not really caring on how it's going to affect Troy, as we saw in the second film. Speaking of Troy, earlier I said that he went from the savior of Sheila to the stereotypical black man in film to this day. Can't find a job, up to his neck with debt and stress. So if that could happen to Troy in a sequel to a Tyler Perry film, I wonder what happened in Diary of a Mad Black Woman got a sequel. Shamar Moore's character would have probably been struggling with his sexuality and broke. What about I Can Do Bad All By Myself? Mexico's character could be a drug lord on the run and his past catches up to him. Medea's family reunion could have Boris Kojo's character could die due to police brutality. These are just assumptions, but it's possible. Troy did have a problem with Mike throughout the movie, but at the end, they made up and possibly became friends. Patricia and Gavin's relationship was doomed right after they lost their son in the car accident. However, Patricia always had to be in control and avoiding her feelings. Patricia went out of her way to announce her divorce in front of her friends like that. I believe she had a mental breakdown a long time ago due to the feeling responsible for her son's death, which is warranted, but not to seek help is pretty asinine to me. By the end of the second movie, she seemed to have moved on with The Rock, or could have been a stepping stone to be married to a completely different person altogether. Gavin didn't have much development in both films. He had words of wisdom every now and then, generic if I may add, and they still didn't listen. Let's take a look, shall we?
He says something to hurt the other person. You don't say something worse to hurt them.
You're gonna get 80% of what you need. That's it. No more, no less. Most times, 80%. Now, here comes this woman offering 20%. Now, 20% looks real good when you ain't getting it. But the problem is you're gonna leave 80 thinking you're getting something better, and you end up with 20.
Gavin was embarrassed all through the second movie up to his death. But the accident should have not killed him, in my opinion. I had the same kind of accident years ago and I survived. But I guess to draw out the drama and get the karma that Patricia deserved in the end. Look at her. Look at her ass. Just pathetic. Marcus was a washed up football player. He had taken a barber job working for Angela at her shop, and she gives him crap about it constantly.
You, Marcus, you are an embarrassment, okay? Your hand, can you, the same way you close the door, can you write a check? Huh? Can you? I'll drink to you getting a damn job. Yeah, hey, Marcus got a job, guys. I'll drink to that. Hey, Marcus paid the mortgage this month. We all should drink to that.
Marcus is also a compulsive liar, and everyone knows it.
It's good. Cutting so much hair, I'm making like $5,000 a week. Know what I'm saying?
So it's kind of sad that they know or they can tell when he's telling the truth or not. In the second movie, he became a sports anchor and started to make more money than Angela. And the only way Angela could cope with that is accuse him of cheating. Angela's character was retconned in the second movie. It's like all that development she had in the first movie, it was like it never happened. The drinking, talking to Marcus out of pocket, accusing him of cheating, and the VD shot. And they retconned that so Marcus was the only one that cheated in the marriage. Or she just forgot that she slept with someone else and gave Marcus VD. I don't know. Marcus says it best every time when you're dealing with Angela.
You're so damn evil!
Yeah.
I feel that Marcus and Angela were both made for each other due to the fact that if they argued really hard, they tend to have hard, violent make-up sex. Their words, not mine. Now, you wonder why I say Marcus and Angela for last. It is that they have their own spin-off series titled For Better or Worse. It first aired on TBS for 3 seasons and picked up by Oprah Winfrey's network for an additional 3 seasons, totaling the episode count of 162 episodes. However, the show ended on a massive cliffhanger, and we don't know the fate of Marcus and Angela's marriage. I only seen the final 5 episodes because of what I've heard what happened, and it's sad that the series ended that way. If the third movie happens, we might find out what happened to them. In closing, this will be my last time ever talking about these movies. I hated them back then. I really hate them now. I just hope you find my pain of how much I hated these movies funny. You can catch these movies and the spin-off series on BET Plus if you want to watch it. If there's some things that I missed, or if you don't agree with me with something that I said in this review, please let me know in the comments. If there's a movie franchise that you want me to take a look at, let me know in the comments also. I will also be doing polls on the community tab on YouTube, and I give people the chance to vote on which movie franchise I should review next. And what actually won out, to my surprise, it was Kung Fu Panda. So join me next time as I review the Kung Fu Panda movie franchise. That's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you all next time. God damn, I'm glad that's over. Damn, I need a vacation. Shit.